Told, man. Every time Manchester United plays, three things happen. You just got to pick your poison. And that's what it is. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Aaron here, back again. You know the face, you know the name. Shout out to everybody always tuning in, showing love and respect. Shout out to everybody liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, helping the channel where it needs to be. And yeah, I appreciate every single one of you. So please keep doing these things for me. You're helping me a lot. It's road to 12k. I think we're just under 200 away from 12k if I'm not wrong. And yeah, shout out to every single one of you, man. I appreciate you guys a lot. What do I always tell you guys? Every time Manchester United plays, three things happen. Or one of these three things happen. We either get embarrassed, we scrape it, or we get away with it. What of those three things happened today? We got away with it. It's always one of these three things, people. Always one of these three things. It can never be that Manchester United just have a solid performance. It can never happen. It can never be. It always has to be one of these three things. And today, we got away with it. Oh, did we get away with it, boy. You know what the funniest thing is? Actually, before I get to that, a few stats for the stat merchants out there. A few stats for the people that like to look at stats, take it, twist it, and somehow make people believe that the process that we're going through right now is somewhat positive, because apparently in the process, there's no progress, but there's only suffering. Because this process that we've been in for 2 seasons now, all I can see is suffering. Where in this process do we finally get to relax and smile and be happy, and when? Because I'm trying to situate where we are, what stage we're in this process, because all I'm seeing is suffering. That's all I'm seeing. But anyway, the stats. Today we faced 20 shots, the customary above 15, the customary 15 plus. That's a habit now. We're used to it. We faced 20 shots and we had 8 in total. We have now failed to win our last 6 Premier League games. Or if I have to twist it around, we have now won 1 game in our last 7 Premier League games. 1 win in 7. Yeah, so much for the stats. Back to what I was saying in the beginning. You know what really annoyed me today? It's not even the fact that we were bad, because we're bad every week. We're never solid, we're never good, we're never outstanding, we're always bad. What really annoyed me today is all these players that people keep praising. And remember, I did tell you guys that as long as you have certain characters in this team, you will not move forward and you will not get back to the top. And I mentioned names. I said Rashford and Bruno being the main protagonists, yeah? Me being the main guys. If those two are being included in your squad to be the main guys for you to get back to the top, you're not making it to the top. It may seem like you're going to make it to the top, i.e. Carabao Cup, but eventually the true nature will always show. Exhibit A. It will always show, people. It will always show. So back to the thing that I was saying. The thing that really annoyed me today, despite all the players that we have that people keep praising, as soon as they do the smallest thing, even if it's very minuscule, they get praised to a level that I have never seen in my life. They get praised for the minimal things that they do. And these same players failed to be a threat today. Forget everything that happened today. Forget the setup, forget the tactics, forget everything. Forget the gaps in midfield. I'll talk about that in a minute. We failed to be a threat. Rashford wasn't a threat today. Garnacho wasn't a threat today. Bruno wasn't a threat today. Don't talk to me about the 2 goals. He was not a threat. He was not a threat. He wasn't. I'm sorry. Højlund wasn't a threat. Oh, by the way, is it time to talk about Højlund yet? Or is he still too young? Let me know, please. Because, I don't want to offend a certain part of the fan base that are going to tell me that he's still young and, he can't be judged just yet. I mean, meanwhile, he's putting in these poor performances week in, week out. I'm just saying. Højlund wasn't a threat. Ahmad came on, wasn't a threat, but he was positive. Mason Mount came on, wasn't a threat. We just failed to be a threat overall today. But going back to what I said, these same players get praised for the smallest thing. I'm hearing that Bruno Fernandes is the most aggressive chances creator in Europe. And I'm hearing that Højlund is still unlucky because he's not getting any service. Well, how is he not getting service, but we've got the most aggressive chances creator in Europe? Who's he creating for then? Who? I mean, the maths are not mathing. Someone explain it to me, please, because I'm trying to understand. Do you see what I mean? Like, I've gone beyond the point of being fuming. This is what we see every single week. And it annoys me to see people pretend, oh my God, how is this happening? Have you not seen us play since the start of the season? In September, I told people this line, if you want to get back to the top, can't do it with Rashford and Bruno. I said it. We're in March now. We're in April 2024. What I said about Rashford and Bruno was in September 2023. It's funny how things work out in football, but what do I know? Yes, we failed to be a threat today. That's about the players. The passing, awful. The defending, awful. Everything just didn't work out today. And this is what happens when you have these jammy performances and people use that to then say, yeah, but the table doesn't lie. Because I guarantee you there will be people out there that will take this and use it to be like, yeah, but we're still 6th or 7th. I don't know where we are. And to be honest with you, I don't want to finish in those European places. I don't want to finish 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. I don't want to play in Europe next season because that will just give people more of an incentive to make people believe that what we're going through right now, which is hell, is good. And that we should carry on doing the same thing. And the next season, get embarrassed again in the Europa League? No thanks. Now let's talk about the manager. He sets these players up. As much as these players are not good enough, he sets them up. He tells them what shape to be in. He tells them what plan to execute when they're on the pitch. When it comes to the technical ability, it's them, it's the players. When it comes to passing, it's them, it's the players. But when it comes to setting a team out and the team trying to replicate what they do on the training pitch, what the manager tells them, it's on him. The amount of gaps, again, we saw in midfield today. Bournemouth, Christie, Cork, and who else played in midfield for them today? The only one I can remember is Favre, but he came on in the second half. Sinistera, I saw so many gaps in midfield today, and I saw so many gaps in defence as well. Solanke had a game of his life. Had a very good game, by the way. The goal was exquisite. Kambwala, sorry, bro. These things happen, but you've got to take it on the chin and move on. These things happen. Today, people will blame you. Listen, I don't want to blame him because it's his second start, for God's sake. It's a second start. But listen, welcome to the Premier League, I guess. These are the things that happen when you play for teams in the top division. Do you see what I mean? So the amount of gaps I saw today was absolutely ridiculous. We gave them so much space. We gave them too much space. They were free, and they were free to do whatever they wanted. And that comes down to how the manager is setting them up. We can't just let the manager send them out. It doesn't work and then go, yeah, but the players. No. And this is not about injuries, because I guarantee you this today would have happened with Luke Shaw in the squad. It would have happened with Martinez in the squad. It would have happened with everybody fit in the squad. Because on the first day, this is why I keep saying, have you not seen us play since the start of the season? On the first match day of the season, for Manchester United, when we played Wolves, we got absolutely bopped off the park in our own stadium. Everybody was fit then. What was the excuse then? It's the start of the season. It will come. Oh, okay. Well, we're in April now. April 2024. Are we still going to wait? Because the season ends in like 1 month and a bit. So when's it going to come? Do you see what I mean? So I refuse to believe that Ineos are sitting there looking at this and going, this is good. The process is still intact. Do you know what I mean? We shouldn't come in and break up this process. I refuse to believe that, because any CEO of any company is not looking at his company, seeing that there's no progress and saying, we're going to stick with whoever's in charge of that team. Yes, questions have to be asked about the team itself, but questions have to be asked about the leader as well. Why is it that despite the incompetency of the players, you can't make them do what you want them to do? How? Why is it that every single week they fail to do what you set them out to do? How? How is it possible? So yeah, man, listen, this will keep going. This will keep going until people open their eyes and see that this is not good. This is not good. It's not going to get better. I told you guys, it's not going to get better. This is only going to get worse. And at some point, a slapping's around the corner. I don't know who it's going to be, because the remainder of our games, it's not that hard. But listen, we've got Arsenal at home. Arsenal at home. Yes, we turn up for big games, and again, that probably shows you how these players think and what their mentality is. You can turn up for big games, but when it comes to turning up against teams like Bournemouth today, with all due respect, now all of a sudden you don't want to turn up, and then you call people big game players and stuff like that. Again, that tells you everything you need to know about their mentality. You can get up for the big games, but you can't get up for the small games. Something wrong with your mentality, bro. It's so sad and embarrassing to see that someone like Marcus Rashford. I used to be the type of guy, when I watched Rashford, for example, and I'm not picking on him, but I'm just, giving an example. Before COVID, I can't even say that on YouTube. Before C19, when he touched the ball, you just knew something's going to happen. Like, you were excited. Do you know what I mean? You're getting off your seat. You're like, go on then, show us something. Nowadays, Rashford gets on the ball, nothing happens. Like, you're just like you know what's going to happen. He's going to walk into 3 players thinking he can dribble past all of them and, lose the ball. So, as long as people don't open their eyes, these are the type of performances we're going to see every single week. Do not expect anything different. Do not expect anything different, people. I warned you, and I'm warning you again. Do not expect anything different from this team, and do not expect anything different from this manager, because next game, it's going to be rinse and repeat. He's going to set out the same team, He's going to send out the same team that we saw today. And people are going to think that somehow, in a dream world full of, fairy tales, in the perfect fairy tale story, somehow people are going to think that one day we'll wake up, poof, and it's all magically going to work out. One day. Just stick to the process. Just stick to it. One day it will work out. One day it will work out. Nah, that's not how things work, man. But anyway, that was my 2 cents on it. Yeah, that's it really. I've got nothing more to say. I'm used to this, man. I'm used to this, and it actually amazes me. I'm actually amazed by the fact that I can sit here every single week and try and explain to you guys that this is not good, but somehow people are still going to try and gaslight me to thinking that this is good. I'm amazed. I'm amazed by the fact that we can outdo ourselves every single week by getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So yeah, I'm surprised by that, amazed by that. So yeah, do what you have to do, people. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe, comment, all of these good things. And I will see you tomorrow, because obviously tomorrow Arsenal are playing Aston Villa and Liverpool are playing against Crystal Palace. So make sure you tune in, keep your eyes locked on my channel for that, because we will be talking about it. Anyway, people, have a good evening. I'm going to carry on watching some football. I can see that Cadiz is playing against Barcelona, so I'm going to go ahead, edit this video and watch some La Liga. Anyway, people, that was it for me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Have a good evening. Bye-bye. Told these guys, man. Same thing every single week. I don't know what you expect things to change, but hey ho.